the topic that I choose to speak about is still a topic that I'm very comfortable with, which was the implementation of open finance in Brazil. So there we try to look at, I think a lot of people know about what the UK did in Europe, but in Europe, at least, nobody pays a lot of attention to Brazil. So what I wanted to pinpoint there was what made Brazil, that's a very bold statement, but what made Brazil bigger than the UK? I would say adoption there in proportional terms is largest. So I have in Brazil, I've around 30% of the population has used Open Finance so far. So we have that. And also our products, our scope it goes beyond just what the UK has implemented. I think UK has focused on doing data sharing, but there's so much potential beyond just simple data sharing. Uh, that we are just looking at. For example, we do credit portability in Brazil. So given you have shared your data about your loans, why can't you simply use this data to compare with all the offers and then use Open Finance to simply switch loans? That's really something that brings a lot of value to the customers. Another example here is with payments. So you do have some payment rails or some payment methods used in UK, but in Brazil we just implemented contactless payment using Open Finance, which is similar or exactly the same experience for a customer as using credit card. And what we try to do there is use exactly provide the same experience to the user in order to make them switch from credit cards, which has a higher fee and lower control for the user, towards contactless Pix. Those are two things: credit portability and contactless payments is something that we don't have in the UK, and it was something that was created in Brazil. Really, with Open Finance, we're just removing intermediaries there. So I think it's about flexibility for the customer and added security with, or while also removing intermediaries, which reduce costs for the customer. I think that there's another point that I would like to mention about Brazil as well, which was the exhaustive testing and monitoring we did in the ecosystem. So that was a lesson learned with the UK. So in the UK, there are some tests that are executed against the institutions, but it's not as exhaustive as in Brazil. And so in Brazil, we in addition to doing, for example, the tests that we do in the UK, which are mainly focused on the sandbox environment or UAT environment, we also do production tests. So every bank in Brazil is tested on a weekly basis to make sure that their APIs are working. And this is important because whenever you have a TPP that's connecting to the banks, they can be sure that this bank is working not only in sandbox, which is easy to prove, but also in production.